Tonight's forecast is sponsored by Ashbrook Audiology, where relationships matter.
All right, folks, thank you for sticking around here. And as always, thank you, Luis, as we have been keeping you busy, updating you on a lot of breaking news stories over the past several days. So let's take a break for a little bit and talk about some weather. Again, it's going to be some good news, not breaking weather news. So, but again, we want to, obviously, if you've been keeping with the national news, of course, that major earthquake that struck parts of Syria and Turkey over this weekend. Now this death toll has surpassed almost nearly 10,000 people, I think it was. And so it's unfortunate to see that death toll continue to climb in many newborns, or there was a newborn that was born in the midst of that earthquake. Again, thankfully the mother was able to save it, and now that newborn is in the nuke and the ICU clinic over there in parts of Syria and Turkey. So thoughts and prayers are going out to those individuals being impacted by a devastating event, and it was a 7.8 magnitude earthquake, so it was a pretty large earthquake that shook part of that country. And so if you're keeping track of the national weather news you've been hearing about, there's been national news too. So again, that earthquake over there, 7.8 magnitude, largest earthquake that area has seen. It's been a long time. Part of the Turkey, part of the Middle East has seen something of that magnitude as well. So again, earthquakes are unpredictable. Thankfully, we're kind of in an area where we don't see something of that magnitude. But again, thoughts and prayers are going out to those individuals in parts of the Middle East. Now, locally back in the United States and here in Southside and Southwest Virginia, we got a lot to get to because the weekend's looking pretty interesting for those who've been keeping track of the weather models. And I told you on that our possible weekend snow event is looking a little bit up in the air right now. So here's what we're going to begin with. I thought I'd start with our notes for you. So we're going to see mild temperatures continuing through Friday. Before we get into the weekend, we'll talk a little bit about what's going on with that. Again, possible winter weather event sometime late Saturday into Sunday morning. It's looking like the time frame is looking pretty active right around that neck of the woods. So sometime late Saturday night and through most of Sunday morning, we'll see what happens. There's going to be just enough cold air in place. It does appear we're going to get just a cold burst of some snow. Maybe some mixing taking place in with that. Now, snowfall amounts, don't get your mind set on anything. I'm not going to be releasing those to the weekend, so you'll have to wait to the weekend. I'll make a post on our Facebook page, maybe put together an article if I have a little time in between that time frame as well. So do know that the potential is there, but again, I'm not expecting right now this to be a major winter storm, but there's something to be looking out for this upcoming weekend. So we'll see what we get between now and then again through Friday, because right now we're still 3 or 4 days out with this event. It is just something that we're looking at, but not likely that it will be set in stone. So stay tuned tomorrow and stay tuned the weekend. I'll keep you updated again. Possible is the key word. So if it would be the only opportunity this winter we get to see snow, we'll see what happens. But if we don't, we're just going to have to continue to move on forward to see what the rest of the month holds for. And again, mild weather will settle back in next week. So it's going to be one of these weekends where it is just cold for a day or so, and then we warm right back up. We're talking about temperatures near next week, maybe in the 60s for Valentine's Day. Hey, temperatures locally mild. Go ahead and grill out at this point. If you're coming home from work and you got some maybe some chicken or some hamburgers or some steak or pork, whatever you're going to throw on the grill. If you've got in the refrigerator, it's been thawing out the last couple of days, throw that on the grill and grill out for you tonight if you want to do that. But if you don't want to grill out, maybe you take your dinner outdoors on your patio or go to some area park or something to let the kiddos run off that energy. Maybe they had a chance to get outside today during recess and do that. Temperature staying relatively warm tonight, so maybe you're doing any course. Like I was talking to an individual earlier this afternoon, said he was getting ready to play some soccer for one of just to kick the ball around in the local sports complex. Hey, it's going to be a nice night to do that. Temperatures, look at this is insane. These are where our daytime high should be. 49, 48 degrees, 50 degrees there, 47. Those are daytime highs for February, not overnight lows for February. So I know I'm getting a little over-exaggerated about that, but hey, it's just letting you know where in the world we are for this time of year. Tomorrow we're going to see a 7 out of 10 tomorrow. Most likely overcast skies, a sprinkle or two is possible, and I'm not expecting any widespread showers. By no means we have a stationary front that's going to begin to move in our region. that is going to give us some more clouds than we are going to see sunshine. But hey, you know, if we most likely we're not going to probably see any rain in the city of Martinsville or Henry County, or maybe even in part of our region. So get out there and let those kids have some outdoor recess time. Maybe go out your lunch break. And if you've been like myself, I've been trying to get out there and walk around some of our parks out there because it's been so nice the way things have been going. So for majority of Martinsville, Henry County, parts of Franklin County should be okay. Again, I'm bringing in introducing a chance of some showers for our friends towards Patrick County. They have the best chance of seeing any rain moving on in because they're going to be a little cooler. You kind of see here they got the low 60s, parts of Ararat, Stewart, Patrick Springs. Make your way towards Meadow Sedan there, so a little bit cooler towards Patrick County, towards again Rocky Mount and Ferrum and Boone's Mill there, coming in the mid 50s, still almost pushing 70 almost in parts of Ridgeway, and again here in the city Oak Level coming there at 64. So other areas will be seeing variably cloudy skies, but again, our friends to the west of us here are going to most likely see any leftover showers just passing through, but not expecting any widespread rain event by no means for Thursday. Thanks to this area of cloud cover, it's going to allow our temperatures to be a lot cooler now. If we were going to see sunny skies all day, these temperatures would probably be reaching the mid-70s if we had more sun, but most likely we're going to see mostly to variably cloudy skies. So an overcast day, but pretty warm out there. So maybe you have some outdoor work you need to get done at home or something you're trying to do. If you're trying to, I know at this point I've been seeing reports of sprouts, the buds beginning to open because it's been so warm here lately. That is most likely going to interfere with that because, again, we're going to have just a bit of a small cool down for the weekend, but it's not going to be cold enough where it'll most likely damage your plants. But like I said, we're looking towards that Saturday night into Sunday time frame, the best opportunity. If this holds out right, we'll see our first legitimate snow event of the winter. But again, if things don't go as planned, we're most likely going to see just some rain showers. But there are some indications that we'll have just enough cold air in place for us, as these computer models have been spitting out insane snow totals that I'm not going to tell you because that would be an irresponsible job on my part for forecasting a false forecast that won't even happen. So just do note what you see on social media. Don't take it with a grain of salt. We'll keep you updated as we get closer to the weekend, and obviously you'll see this through the weekend review, and we'll most likely have all of that for you, any updates on our Facebook page after Friday and going into the weekend. So just do know that another mild night is in the making for us, some 50s and 40s, and hey, what the heck, almost pushing 70 again for tomorrow. So again, our average high for this time of year should be, like I showed you, those overnight lows in the 40s to near 50 degrees. Do stick around. We have a lot more coming your way here on BTW21.
Your BTW21 weather forecast is sponsored by Zentmeyer